Welcome back to the Press Plumb YouTube channel. Let's get straight into the video. Terrible intro, low energy, just weren't good enough. Sam, 5 out of 10, mediocre. Right, so today what we are doing is we are servicing an unvented cylinder. Reason we're servicing it today is because it's dripping. So we don't know where it's dripping from. It could be multiple things. We'll go through that when we get to the job. Today, first half of the day, I'm helping out a friend. So I ain't going to record any of that. So we're doing it this afternoon. So yeah, that's why there's only one job on today. But I am chasing a load of unpaid payments. So there's a kitchen first fix where I did a load of core drilling. I'll just message them and invoice them. There's also an emergency on a bank holiday that hasn't been paid, so I've just messaged him. He's just messaged back, so he's paying it. And before I go over to my mates, I am going to swing by a job that I did on Friday. And before I forget, I want to go and pick up the payment for that one because it was a landlord job. And I know where the landlord lives, so I'm just going to whip round the landlords and see if they're about, as I can't remember their number, which ain't very good, is it? So, kind of feel a bit better today for the fact that although we're only doing like one job today and we're helping out someone else, we're still getting paid quite a considerable amount of money actually, because there's quite a few jobs there that haven't been paid, and two of them are a bit bigger jobs, so there we go. Right, see you at the service. Hopefully it's a good one. Right, well I've had to actually write for Friday get paid because she's back on Friday. She's currently down in London now. A lot of people will be like, oh, why didn't she just backsit you? I don't know, she's old school. She likes to actually have to sit at the dining room table, drink a cup of tea, and then get the card machine out. Just that generation of customer, don't know, maybe. But anyway, don't bother me. We'll wait till Friday. That was actually one of the smaller jobs. It was just a general sort of like routine job. And then the others, they've all paid, as far as I'm aware. We'll double check that in a minute. Right, so cut to me at that job. We need today, well, just check this got battery, yeah. Pump, also to test pressure, put it on there, have a look. Also, we're just gonna bring up the whole bag, bucket, some towels, and a dust sheet. So let's get this one serviced and fixed. My Eco Seal is running quite well. Get you in there. So you can see we got it running out of the tundish. So let's get rid of all this stupid lagging. I think I've got rid of most of it. Don't need lagging on the discharge. Pointless waste. Right. So you can actually feel it's quite hot there. Cold there. Room temperature, that one's very cold, which is making me think that's probably gone. And that being so hot there means that this is probably running as well. So, I haven't got anything turned off just yet. Where is the isolation? Should be above this or below this. There we go, there. Right, first off, let's take that nut off, have a look. That nut off, have a look out. That one loose. Let's drop that off. And we'll see if it's running out of there. Come on. Come on, there we go. Bloody thing. Yeah, right. Pull that to one side and see if we've got any drips. Now it could just be the heat of this, because that's very hot. The actual valve. Yeah, that's why I was just making that bit of pipe warm. Okay, so it's not that. That's good. Good news for the customer. One less thing, although we do need to test it when we service. Pop this one off. It's obviously going to be this one. Here. Let's get a towel ready. Towel. Right. Oh god, that was hot. There we go. Yeah, steadily running out there, look. Lovely jubbly. So, that is pressure relief, which means we need to have a look at the expansion vessel, which is teed in up here. So, we've got to look at how that all operates. So it's not here, so that's fine. Anything above is fine. So you could have gone out of this, not here, or that one. Just do that so it doesn't leak. Right. Let's check the expansion vessel. So first off, tap test. Sounds hollow. That sounds more hollow. So that could have water in it. So let's check that. If we look on the top, this cap here is removable. Spin that off, just keep that safe. It's just a dust cap. And then all we're going to do is put our pump one on. Now, as soon as we start screwing, it should make a little hiss if there's anything in there at all. Oh, come on, I can't do it more around there. There we go. Oh, come on, Sam. Okay. Got two hands now. Oh, so there is a hiss there, look. So it is holding some pressure. This hasn't been serviced since 2018. So I'll just turn this on. Come on, turn on. There we go. 2.7 bar standing pressure. So let's turn the water off, open up some taps and see what it comes to then. So here's our isolation. Get that shut off. Lovely, pissing water out the gland. We'll have to check that before we leave. Oh, look at that. Oh, these do my head in. Right, come on. There we go. Is that off? Is that going to stay off? That's a good sign. They put something under it. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. Right. Let's open up some taps. So let's open up the hot. It should stop pretty quick. Come on. Is that hot? Let's check this hot. It is. It should come to a stop. Get what it wants to. Let's turn on this one as well. Don't know how that even works, that one. Oh, that's plenty hot. Right, there we go. We're off. Took about a minute. Right, so let's look at it now. So, 1.15 bar. So we know with the mains running through it, it's up to like 2 bar. So what we want to do, we're just going to put this up to 1.5. Ooh. What am I doing? There we go. 1.5 and turn that on. There we go. Make sure you leave the taps open as well. Right, so we're going to leave that on just to see if this drops here, so we can see it's a 1.5 bar. If it drops at all, we know we got something wrong with this, but we knew that there was pressure in it. It's not full of water. That should be okay. Well, bearing in mind it's not been serviced since 2018, so it's had a fair few years. Right, so we know we need to replace this. So we're going to have a look at the cap here, if we can get behind there. Can we get behind there? Well, I need to read that there. So let me have a look. So it's a 6-bar, max 95 degrees. Cool. Also the pressure on this, it should be set to 3 bar. So it's bog standard. 3 bar pressure reducing valve. So 6 bar, 95 degrees. Super easy. Lovely. Right. Now we can replace just the PRV there, but what we're going to do is replace the whole lot, because then we don't need to take the strainer apart and clean out the strainer as part of the servicing. It just seems way better just to replace the whole lot, in my opinion. So that's what we're going to do. Right, let's go off and get some bits. Woohoo! Right, could be worse, could be a lot worse. Cylinders that haven't been serviced for a while. You can end up building up multiple things that need doing. So sometimes you could end up with a new expansion vessel, plus new PRV, plus new temperature pressure relief valve. But on this one, combination valve. Unfortunately, probably the more expensive of the parts that can go wrong, of the serviceable parts. So it is what it is. And I know there's already a few people going, why don't you just replace the PRV? I've still got to do the line strainer, which the water's not great round here. In fact, this new build estate is where we found a load of pebbles in our water mains. That's a video on members, to be fair, so I don't think you would have seen it. But we found a load of like shingle and stuff in the pipework, so it doesn't hold out much hope for like the strainer being a little bit blocked, maybe. But we're just going to replace the whole lot. To be fair, at this time of the day, it's like 4 o'clock now. We can only really travel to the local merchants, and the local merchants don't do just the PRVs for those. You have to buy the whole combination valve. Annoying, I know, but it is what it is. So that sort of forced my hand on that decision, really, just because of the time of day. So we're going to get that on, and then we're going to do the rest of the servicing. So we're 99.9% there. All we got to do is just check the other temperature pressure relief valve by turning it on, making sure that it does operate. Then we're going to just have a look at the pipework in general. So you just eyeball it up. You can get a tape measure out if you want, but most of us know how much sort of 300 mil is. So that's kind of the only measurement that you need to measure. And if it's clearly over, we're all good. But we ain't going to talk any more about servicing. We'll do that when we're actually at the job. So let me get to this merchant. Oh, yeah. I want the most bog standard multi-block valve. Is that the right word? Or combination valve?
Yes, yeah, for unvented cylinder.
Yes. What would you call it? Is it multi-block?
Combination valve, I think we call it.
Here we go. You tell me how much that is.
Yeah.
So let's have a little look. What does it actually come up as on the system? And what's it say on there? No, it doesn't say anything on there. Right. Ugh. So, same as when we actually went there and had a look. This is going to be set at 3 bar. And our pressure relief. Idiot, no. Pressure relief. Pressure relief is 6 bar, the same as the one that we're looking at. This is 6 bar there. And the temperature is 95. This is exactly the same valve as the one we're replacing. Price is what I thought it was going to be. Actually less than I thought it was going to be, to be fair. I swear, last time I got one, that was about 130 quid. But maybe I was getting a specific one. Maybe. That one, just over £100, which I think isn't too bad. So, probably one of the more expensive parts. A expansion vessel is about, I looked it up earlier because she was like asking about prices. and I was trying to give a worst case scenario and best case scenario, and a expansion vessel will set you back about £40, 40-50 pounds, and then most of the temperature relief valves. I always get confused when I'm just trying to be as professional as possible. Temperature pressure relief valves, which I guess both of them are, because it says temperature as well. You know what I mean? They can range, to be fair. I think a bog standard one will set you back about £40. I think they go up to about 90 quid. So it all depends what make and model. If you've got Osma or whatever, so obviously you do have to stick with the manufacturer's instructions unless it's out of warranty. Now this one, I would think it's probably out of warranty now, and also they haven't been getting it serviced, so it's most likely out of warranty. To keep a cylinder under warranty, you do need to get it serviced every bloody year. You have to get all the service documents all filled out and all the rest of it to keep the warranty. So that's something as customers and as homeowners you should look out for, especially if you're buying a property. Have a look, see if it's been serviced, see if it's ever even been serviced, or even if it's been commissioned. You'd be surprised how many people have not got them commissioned because they haven't got someone with the right qualifications to do the job. So cylinders like these, they do come under BPEC G3, so you do have to have a qualification to install them, to service them. But grey area, you could install one and then get building control to sign it off, which I think is a bit mad, but that's the way of the world. Unfortunately, in the UK, it's not like America. That's not up to code. That's not up to code. That discharge isn't up to code. We've got regs, and no one seems to care too much for them, apparently. Looking at the amount of cylinders that I've looked at in my time. Right, puts me out of the job. Me personally, I like to show the customer what I'm replacing, and also sort of like tell them what's gone wrong and what we're actually doing. So I think that makes a bit of sense to me. Don't know, some people find it interesting, some people are like, shut up, get it installed, leave my house. No, I'm not, to be fair. Most people are quite like, oh, is that what it is? So let's show the customer. Let's have a look at this first. 1.5 bar, stunning, beautiful, that's what we want. Right, also, you see you've got the discharge coming off of here, that also tees into all of this, but we can look at the dial here and go, wow, if it was running out at that pace, that would be at 0, so that's fine. Also, this is the heating side, so we don't worry about that on a service, because it's more part of the heating system. So what we need to do is drain this down a little bit. So what we'll do is open this up, and you can hear you got some water bubbling. Now the tap downstairs should have stayed open in the cloakroom. Open this one up. Oh, that's a good sound. Forget to actually tighten it back up before you do it. Let's open this up. So the water will pour out of there as well, and what we can do is click that over, and that should turn off. It should stop running. What we can do as well is take that off and just double check that, but what we want to do is open this up now, just to drain it down a little bit, because luckily that valve is up above the cylinder, so that'll actually do for draining it down. First off, we're going to take this off, just get that out of the way. Pop our cover back on, which easier said than done. Come on, where are you? There you are. Twist that back on. Just a dust cover, just stops any dust getting in there. Like that. This can be turned off and taken away. So now, let's get this dismantled. So obviously we're going to undo all of our compression fittings. That's all our compression fittings undone. There are some differences. Now this here has got this topper nut, which is a male thread. And here we've got this topper nut, which is female. So all we're going to do is pull that out, and we're going to cut off that olive. Olive cutters on there, but because it is a brass thread, it's very difficult to squeeze. So some grips. Take that off. There's our olive there, split in two. Like that. And now that nut can just come off. There we go. Right, that's off now. Right, so now we actually need to remove this. So luckily we've got a pipe that can move. So what we'll do is we'll unclip it here. So let's try and take this clip off. Like that. Pop that out. You can move that to one side. Let's go. Bring that up. There. And we'll pop this one down. Get our towel ready. And get our towel to just catch that. You see, the reason you're always going to have a bit of water up here is because inside of here is a non-return valve, and so the water up here is held back ever so slightly, and it isn't pushing through because it's not got any pressure behind it. But there we go. Right, so we are going to take these nuts and olives off so that everything is brand new. And with 22, we're just going to use a pair of grips. So just a pair of plumb pliers, side to side. And there you go. Let's pop that off. Take them off. And then do the same for all of them. Like that. Off. So I'm going to prepare the pipes. Just give them a bit of a clean up. Nothing too crazy, it's only compression, so just make it a bit shiny. There we go. Drop our new nuts and olives over. So if you're wondering what this one is here, that is your balanced cold. So you got pressure reducing valve here, so that is also reduced to 3 bar, the same as the hot, so everything's equal. If you're putting in a shower, you know you can get the balance in absolutely spot on. Okay, so we're nearly there, and all I'm doing is pasting up all of our olives. Ready, and this one, oh, this one's being a little bugger. Why is that being a, come on, go on please. There we go. Right, that's better. So, this top one here, need to get that one on as well. Okay. Do that one first. Paste. Great, lost my bloody olive now. Oh, not bad. Oh, come on. There we go. Right. So the main thing is making sure that everything is fully engaged. So that one first. That one needs to push into the clip. Make sure that one's engaged. Come on. Why are you not tightening on? There we go. There we go. Clip back over, loosen this one off. Now these are always notoriously awkward. Come on. I hate this thing. Oh. Come on, start, please. I think we're there. Are we there? Yes. Very good. Tighten in there, not super tight. And then tighten up this one. Here. There we go. To the sort of servicing side of things. We've tested that. We've got no drips. We know that it operates and it works. So that's part of the service. That's long enough. I will make a note of the fact that the elbow is probably not heat proof. It's push fit. But it means ripping all of that out to replace it. So we're going to give that one a pass, almost like an advisory on an MOT. So electrical, that's fell off. So we're going to put the thermostat back on. And we're going to tighten all that up. I need 2 hands for that, but we got it there. Now also, the nut's missing off here. And I think, very luckily, I think that is it there. So we're going to put that back over to make sure it's safe. And you do have to check that there is thermal cutouts as well. So we know that there is one on this, but we're just going to visually look at that. We don't actually need to test any electrics or anything. It's just visually looking at the condition. Is that the right cable? You know, is it a heat-proof cable? Is there any signs that there's chewing, melting? Do these feel hot? You know, that sort of nonsense. Right, put that back on. Okay, last screw. That's all good in there. You can see it's rising now, look, picking up that temperature. So that's all working. We can change this to whatever we want. 47, 52. So it goes all the way up to 65 degrees, which is bloody hot. We'll probably put it down 60. 60 is fine. 59, there we go, that will do. Okay, let's turn back on. Purging the air out. I don't know what's off on that. There we go. That's off. There we go. Purge all the air. Turn off the downstairs ones. Bog standard usual stuff. Test for leaks. I keep touching my arm on that because we need to put the insulation back over it. But yeah. All good. Feel around it, we did that 10 minutes. So we don't need to worry about the lime strainer, we know that's all brand new. But I will show you on the old one when we get out to the van. And we just set that to red dial so we can, so the customers can see if it's above or below then. Right. All good there, all good there, all good there. And then lastly, we need to check on that tundish. Ooh, didn't like that, did it? Oh, I hate doing everything on an iPhone because it fucks about like that sometimes. Right, we'll keep an eye on that. Make sure we got no drips. Should be good to go. That is far too hot, so I'm leaving it running. Obviously, you're replenishing it with cold water because I've turned it down both here and I've turned it down on the thermostat there as well, so shouldn't take too long. Now, whilst we're doing that, this is our benchmark book. Now you can see on here, service 1, service 2, it's never been serviced. So it's originally installed. You can see they filled it out. A lot of times you see that blank and it means that you've then got to fill that part out. But all you have to do is fill this out now. All it requires is your name, company name, telephone number, the date, signature. Don't even ask for your number, which it usually says up here. He's not put the serial number on either, but not too fussed about that. So you have to remember, if this was gas, I definitely wouldn't be showing you all of this, but I think it's completely morally wrong to show like a full service and how to, because then you're kind of saying to people, yeah, you can do it yourself. I am saying to you, you need to get a qualified person to look at, work on these, service them, do anything, install one new. So, service. Today's date. It is the... Oh, let me get my book. Just get a piece of paper first, get this pen going. There we go. So, today's date. Company name. Professor Plumb. So, engineer's name. Sam. Telephone number, and then underneath it says comments, so we can basically put replace. Ooh, fuck. Replace multi block valve. Now, was there anything else that we want to make a record of, take note of? And I would put set temperature as well. So you don't know if previous customer had tampered with that or whether that has been like that since it was first installed, which I hope not, because maximum operating temperature, they put on here, what is the hot water temperature set at the thermostat? 60 degrees. What is the temperature at the nearest outlet? 55 degrees. It's a little bit hotter than 55 degrees, I'm telling you now. So we set the temperature, we've placed a multi-block valve. That is pretty much all I can actually fit in that section. Ooh, don't want to show you my phone number. Although you can Google it if you want, if you're that desperate to call me. So we put down what we've done. Signature, so we just got a sign underneath, like that. And there we go. That is the benchmark certificate done, and that needs to be done hopefully every year. We'll see if we can work something out where we can either do it every 18 months or every year. I think every 18 months you're probably all right with a cylinder. So I'm just going to wait 5 minutes because I'm still running off that hot tap upstairs. I'll just open it up slightly whilst I'm doing this bit. So I'll run through the customer all of the safety valves. Now you're supposed to do that when you first do your benchmark certificate. It actually says that you get the customer to sign underneath. So you get the customer's signature to confirm a satisfactory demonstration and receipt of manufacturer's literature. Now, obviously that was when it was a new build. So this customer hasn't seen all of that, hasn't been given all of the full instructions. And so if the customer's just bought the house and they've never had an unvented cylinder before, you have to really show them how to operate it. So how to set the temperature, also what the discharge are, what you need to do if you do see water coming out of the discharge pipe, where to be looking. I mean, they've called me and they've noticed it, so I think they're pretty much good with that, but we'll still show them how to set the temperature because there is a dial on the boiler, on the cylinder that obviously the customer can operate. So I'll just go through that all with them, hand this back over, and then I'll pack up, job done. We're done, boysies. We are done. Oh. Oh, can't be asked at 5 o'clock. Not even that, it's 5:15. 5:15, it's the latest I've worked in years. Right, a bit of an nightmare today, to be fair. I promised my mate I'd give him a hand. He was like, just taking his look like he's got like a ride on lawnmower he wanted to take him somewhere anyway. Whatever. So, hit that like button, that is mandatory. You can subscribe if you want to. And also, I've waited to the very end of the video before I start bragging. Yeah, start bragging. Guess who's basically hit? I'm just going to say this because I think, like, law of average, probably after this video is posted, we've hit 20,000 subscribers! 20k. Boom. Smashed it. It's not bad for a plumber. It's not bad. Look, in the grand context of things, like the grand scheme of things, no, I haven't got any sort of plaque. Okay? Haven't got any sort of plaque. But for a plumber, that ain't bad. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. It's been awesome. Kind of had a vague target that before installer show I wanted to have 15,000 subscribers. We've smashed that out the fucking park, boys. We're going there with 20k. It doesn't mean anything, it's just I had just a mental target to work towards. So it's nice that. So next target for next year, fucking 100,000 subscribers. Imagine that. That'd be pretty dope, to be fair. Idiot plumber doesn't even do gas. That'd be pretty amazing, to be fair. Right, so like that video. Do what you need to do. I'm off to go watch my little lad do a swimming lesson. My phone died. I'm making dinner. I'm trying to edit at the same time. See, it's not just swimming. I can multitask. You know what I mean? When I watch my little lad swimming and that. That's why this video is going out a bit later. Hope you like that one. There you go. I've already said all the other stuff. So right, peace out. See you on the next one. I love you all. I really appreciate you all. 20k. It's not bad, is it? Right, bye-bye. Code word crew. Oh shit, you know what? Oh, I never took apart the line strainer, did I? That was supposed to be in the video. The old one, I was going to show how to take it apart. I might upload it as a short. I never upload shorts, so there we go. I'll upload it as a short. Not like now or anything. You're just going to have to wait. If you're that interested, I suppose. Watch my shorts. Right, okay. See you later. Bye-bye. Oh, code word. Code word, crew. A code word. I don't know. I'm so bad. 20k. 20k is the code word. I'm just chuffed. I'm over the moon with that. Right, bye-bye.